5. All right. Good evening. Welcome to the playoff round of the BNR Truck Series. So you'll know which boys are in the playoffs and which ones aren't. But anyway, tonight, we take these boys to Darlington. Well, you know that. This wonderful track, I do assume. Lady in Black, not one of my favorites, that's for sure. But so the boys in playoffs still have the BNR banner across their front and a blue spoiler in the back. That will separate the playoffs. Unfortunately, Marley didn't get his in time, but that's alright. But that's him right there, the 57. I just wish that the highlight would work on the ticker here, but that's all right. Anyway, I'm gonna go over a little race day information here. So as we see, Darlington, 93 degrees is the current track temperature. It is 73 degrees outside there. 27% humidity, partly cloudy, 3-mile-per-hour wind. It is 50% fuel. They do have 7 sets of tires. 115 laps for 157 miles. They do get one quick fix, and they do get 3 attempts at a green-white checker. And as always, we want to thank TrackCam22.com for providing us with excellent camera footage all year round. Go give them a follow. Go get some packages. Great work by the individual, and share them the love. See something real quick. I don't think. Well, how do you think this race will be? I think it is going to be pretty interesting.
Well, I think it will be too. I do expect to see some green flag pit stops along the way. I believe 27, 28 laps on a full tank here with the 50% fuel in these trucks. So, be quite intriguing to see who might be able to go a little bit further if they do dare.
Right on. I agree. Oh. What did I do that for? He's the 38. Let's see if that works. Don't know how to do it, but that's alright. Anywho, only 11 competitors qualified tonight. Hello, Ernest. How are you? "17 fellow competitors here today." Well, it is what it is. It is Darlington. They've done a lot of it earlier, so I'm sure these boys ain't too worried about it. It is an averagely pretty well field, but right on. So I do think it is probably going to transfer into nighttime. But anyway, we'll go over the starting grid here. So, starting P1 will be Zach Rongich. P2 will be Brandon Moore. P3 will be Hunt Saker. P4 will be Skylar Sixton. P5 will be Nick Rader. P6 will be Randy Koken. P7 will be AJ DeMarzo. P8 will be Cody Parker. P9 will be Philip Bridgman. P10 will be Dion Johnson. P11 will be Joe Stipe. P12 will be Jacob Carter. P13 will be Alan Duranko. P14 will be Shane Wilden Sr. P15 will be Justin Stees. P16 will be Robert Amaro. And P17 will be Ernest King. So the two playoff guys are up there in the front of Rongich and Moore. But the next playoff driver, Will, is 4th and 5th. And then after that, we got them 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 17th.
Yes, Darlington. The track too tough to tame. Wonder, too bad we don't have a way to keep up with the Darlington stripe counter, you know.
Yes.
I don't see the scoring pylon on the stream.
You don't see it on the stream?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I don't see it either. 1 second. Oh, wait.
Now the Chevy Silverado iRacing pace truck peeled off onto the pit road there.
Green flag is out. Here they go. It should be up there now.
It is. It is. Pretty even start by the front row, but you can see Brandon Moore kind of let Zachary Rongich get up there and get single file. You don't necessarily want to be side by side going into these corners at either end of the racetrack, because that'll if you dive on the inside of somebody, that'll compromise that person's line on the outside, maybe make them freak out and go up into the wall a little bit. But so far a pretty clean opening lap here. Well, opening 2 laps. Now we're on lap 2. It's only 1.5 miles track here at Darlington. Not quite 1.5 miles.
Yeah, and as you see, Will, those blue spoilers indicate the drivers who are in the playoffs.
Except for Marley. He
is
in the playoffs, but doesn't have the blue spoiler. But all in due time, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Jacob Carter there rocking the BNR Racing Network vehicle. Robert Amaro doesn't have it either, but he's in. So he's another one who's in.
Everybody trying to be patient. It's a pretty decently long race here at Darlington, 157 miles for 115 laps. That's pretty good distance, I would have to say. Oh, Robert got a tank slapper. He hit that bump coming out of turn 2 and right into that wall there. That pesky wall.
That wall can be brutal, that is for sure.
That is a lot of scrapey damage, a lot of visual damage, possibly making that truck maybe a tad bit tighter on the handling side or characteristics of it.
Agree.
Pretty good opening stanza here. 6 laps already in the books. Holy cow. But Zachary Wrong, it's Brandon Moore. Skylar Sigston, that's the top 3. Nick Rader. AJ, that's the top 5. Randy Coking in the 48. He's in 6th. Oh, he just lost a position to Jacob Carter, though. So switch those around. That's 6th and 7th. Philip Bridgman. Dion Johnson, nice to see him having a good run super early on here. And Shane Wilden just got by Parker, I do believe. So that rounds out the top 10.
Another playoff driver here of Alan Duranco.
Yep, Darlington is a track where you definitely want to have patience, but you want to try to gain as much ground as possible in the opening laps of a restart. It can be a bit difficult to do, but you want to try to do that.
Richard, yes, go. And then Ferran, 21. Oh, wrong itch. We'll let you get a little scoop of look on him up there in the lead.
Yeah, he's got a comfortable 0.8 of a second lead over Brandon Moore. Not sure how much of a practice session Wrongich put in for this week's race here at Darlington. Probably enough to get allocated with the track, but all you got to do is just have a rhythm. You got to find a good rhythm here at Darlington, and you got to get into it, and you can't break it. And once you get your rhythm broken, either you slap the wall or something occurred. You made a mistake, okay? Something occurred, let's just say that, here at Darlington, to where you lose all of that momentum, all of that rhythm, and it's going to take a lap, maybe 2 or 3, to get it back going again. Just as if you're racing at a place like maybe Bristol or Martinsville. You know, you lose all that momentum you had, all that rhythm, and then, oh man, I got to get it back going again. And it can be very difficult. But Wrongich with a demanding lead, I would say, 0.9 of a second, trying to stretch it out to a full second, but pretty decent lead, I would say, not too demanding. I would kind of roll back on that a little bit. And oh man, look at Dion Johnson. He is able to put his truck anywhere he can, as he passed Randy on the outside in 1 and 2. That was a great pass. Randy falling back just a little bit. He's coming into the clutches of Shane, Parker, and AJ here. That is not good, but hopefully, you know, it's going to be a good scrap at least. So 12 laps in, about 15 laps more, maybe 17. We should see some green flag pit stops if we get that long in without having some sort of a caution. But we got a good battle here. Yep. Not letting it roll long enough. I would assume that's what that consequence was. Yeah. Just not letting it. You got to be super patient with your throttle. Okay, like you can see some of them going way up to the wall. I think Shane might have put a piece of paper between him and the wall, but that, I mean, it's very risky whenever you can have that lane up there, but it's also very valuable at the same time. Joe Stipe and Robert Amaro possibly having a good battle for 15th back there. Never mind, Robert Amaro kind of fell off of Joe a little bit. I retract what I said. What's this battle that we're looking at? Yeah, something happened with AJ. He dropped like a rock there.
AJ and Carter, I don't know what happened to those two. Oh, I guess they're pitting. A little bit too early for that.
Yes, I would suspect they are as well, since that is what we have given the indication of by our, yes, mine went blank. But,
well, they roughly get 20, I talked to Phil, he said, oh, there's the caution. That don't matter now, so If anything, that saved Carter and AJ.
Well, not necessarily. They could have been cause of whatever transpired. Yeah, they're obviously going to go some laps down, maybe just one. It saved them from possibly going multiple, but maybe if we look back, we might be able to see. Oh,
Like, and I blew his motor.
oh, wow.
You see Jacob carrying the momentum.
Oh, he got too close. He got too close to his quarter panel. He got greedy and went back to side drafting. And his run kind of stalled out as soon as he went to make that aggressive maneuver to go left and get away from him, or to attempt to pass to get that overlap on him, but he just couldn't. Whenever he went back to side draft him, I don't know how effective it would have been without the net coating, but it was obviously a bubble there, so it's a small form of net coat, but still a bit too close to that left rear quarter. Unfortunate.
Indeed, you see everybody pitting.
Yeah, Justin Steves in that Rainbow Warrior DuPont 25. He's making his pit stop of the day. There you see the 6. And also Robert Amaro on the 77 came down as well. Yeah, this really benefits people who was either struggling on that opening stint there halfway through, or just way far off the pace, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. So Jacob will get his lap back.
If it was me, I wouldn't let him get his lap back. But that's just me. Anyway,
I would like for him to get his lap back.
well, no, I'm just saying if it was me, if I was like a race director, or if it was me, you know, look at it from my point of view. He basically, him and the 5 of AJ, they were both involved in said crash, and race control or race director here of the night decided, our admin decided, hey, that should have been a caution and it wasn't, so let's throw a caution. But at the end of the day, the 20 and the 5 were the cause of the caution, so if it was me, I wouldn't let him get his lap back.
Yeah, but in iRacing's unfortunate circumstances, somebody's got to get the wave around.
Oh, okay. Well, if you put it like that, then that makes sense, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But in logical world,
Well, yes,
I mean,
in logical world, they wouldn't get it. But iRacing's turn today. If you're in front of the leader, they're going to wave you around either way.
well, isn't that just special?
Mm-hmm. So that's why I said Carter got the old lucky there and ended up pitting when it went down and came out, and everybody else pitted and he stood out in front of the leader, so that puts him back on the lead lap. But now he gets to start in the way back yonder of the field. So
Yeah, kind of. AJ, he had to spend a little bit longer than he wanted to. He is 3 laps down, so
he probably ended up towing back. I think that's what happened.
no, I think he made it back into his. I think he made it into pit road. Just yeah, a lot of misfortunate circumstances. But we're coming back to the green here. Looks like keeping up with the Chevy Pace truck, but who am I to argue or blame? Now we seem to get up there. Oh, not going back green. I don't think the Pace truck ever peeled off.
No.
No. Oh, no. Well, Brian, besides Rongich, who would you suspect to maybe get a win here tonight? As long as Rongich doesn't make, too many mistakes, I suppose. He might have this one in the bag.
That or probably, Phil, when they came here for SRU, Phil did pretty good. So I wouldn't want to leave Phil out, that's for sure. But if anything, if Brandon can find that pace or outplay Rongich on his strategy, I'll go with Brandon Moore.
I'd almost like to see Skylar Sigston pull one out of the hat, but maybe Dion. Dion's having a pretty decent run so far tonight. Don't want to throw him under the bus too soon, but he's very strong here at Darlington. We've seen him at a lot of other tracks, and I don't want to say he just paces around, but he just runs at his own pace. And here at Darlington, he seems to know the track pretty well for being from the land down under. Oh, Brandon Moore got too complacent and just rode up into the wall. He might lose a couple of positions there, perhaps. Maybe not. He was able to gather it up and not lose too much momentum.
Yeah, the two teammates are 1-2 right now, so.
Well, Brandon Moore, Skylar got past Brandon Moore, so he did lose one position off that hit with the wall. I suspected him to lose at least a couple from that. Phillip, the number is very
bright.
I wouldn't say bright, just very, it blends in with the rest of that red. Like, I know it's an 88, but it looks like a bunch of ketchup on the side of the door. Probably just because of how I think that paint scheme in the Cup Series had like chrome numbers or something, like diamond plated numbers or something. Maybe Phillip wasn't able to, like, kind of silverish, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really trying to remember now, but I know for sure I don't think that's the color the numbers should be. But anyway, it's still a nice paint scheme. The 04 there of
24.
No, yes, the 24 of Ernest King, yes. I guess I should start wearing my glasses more often.
It's alright, I got you.
Well, Rongich has been able to open up that gap now pretty substantially to a 2-second lead. Skylar Sigston trying to run down Nick Rader. Brandon Moore, really far off there. Hello, Penny.
That's Stanley Jr. Drifter. Why ain't you here, bud?
Hey,
oh,
Stanley.
He must have been work. Must have been. Right on. Oh, Phil.
Yeah, he had quite a moment. What a catch, though. That was a tremendous catch. Joe Stipe is 2 laps down, and AJ is out of the race now in the 5. That is sad to see. He looked to have a pretty decent piece tonight.
Phil, I need you to stop knocking that wall down.
Yeah, get back in the zone, Phil. Come on now.
$28 out of 115 complete. They still got a while to go.
Oh yeah.
Philip Bridgman and Justin Steves battling.
Just got to get back in that rhythm. See, whenever you get closer to it, looks like an 88. But whenever you look at it from afar, just like it just looks like a big smear blob.
Jacob Carter now running down the. Oh well, he's a lap down, so.
Yep. He is a lap down. So it doesn't really matter, but Philip, I would just, he should probably, hopefully soon realize that 20 machine is not on the same lap of him, so just kind of let him have it. But who knows when that'll be, Brian?
Oh, there it is. Phil in the wall. You're pushing too hard, bud. Buddy.
Well, I just think he hit that bump there, that transition through turn 2. I think he just got that bump just the right way, and it just slung him right up into the wall.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, that 25 with Justin Steves, the old Jeff Gordon retro-looking paint there. I do believe this is his hometown track.
Yeah, I believe he's just like 20 minutes away from a racetrack or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I know these drivers probably got that bright glare. Yep. If we see here, probably take a look in here.
Well, Skyler got around Nick Rader, but now that gap went from 2 seconds to 4 seconds, so 2 extra seconds got added onto the gap between the first and second place trucks. Brandon Morris still in that 4th position. Really, I would say a really terrible restart on the last restart that we had from the first caution.
So unfortunately, Carter's going to be way well off pace of everybody when it comes to... Oh, there's that Darlington stripe for Steves. If I'm him, I'm just cruising. Don't push nothing. Let her eat.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir?
Oh, I was just kind of yawning there for a moment. Well, Hunsaker and Bridgman, they are kind of, well, they work, man, every time I want to say there's a couple kind of close. I guess they kind of are with a kind of word. Philip has lost a lot of pace in his machine there. Robert Amaro goes a lap down.
Amaro
he was in the pits. Yep.
Oh, that's it because he crashed. So as we see here, I guess this is the exciting battle on the track. That's
well,
right.
yes, it would be. If you look at the times there,
You see the
Justin
33
really,
moving out the way.
he's really setting them up and knocking them down, I would say, Brian. He's been really patient with everybody. He's been given lots of room. You can see the last pass he made before the 33, it was Ernest, and kind of basically straddled that dotted line in 3 and 4, really almost down onto the apron, passing Ernest. And that time you could see Parker, he's like, hey, you caught me, I'm going to let you go. Very
Right on.
respectful out of Parker.
I agree, absolutely. Why hold up someone who's a little faster? But to those of you who are watching, say no. Oh, that didn't sound good, but that's all right. First round of playoffs are tonight. Unfortunately, they're at Darlington. Ironic, that's where they go this week. So a lot of these boys are going to be worn out from Darlington because that's where the officials are out. But top 16 are in the first round due to the size of the field before. The other fellow colleague wanted to put 16 drivers in, make it fair. So we have 16 drivers in the playoffs, and then they do the process of elimination from there. It'll be 16, 12, 8, 4. So we will have, unfortunately, 3 rounds in the trucks. So, but, oh, Dion's in the pits.
Yes, he short pitted. He was in 6th position at the time of pitting, and about 10 or 11 seconds back from the race leader. So let's see what type of pace Dion will be able to set once he comes out with the fresh tire. Brian, how bad is the tire fall off here at Darlington?
It is very bad. The fall off is tremendous. Depends on how hard you're pushing. And being side by side with a driver, you will chip off maybe a good 15 to 20% of those tires the longer you stay side by side with somebody, and your car will just handle, in some people's terms, like garbage. I guess this is the exciting thing on track, I do believe.
Well, Wilden and Hunsacker is somewhat close to each other. There you go. Oh, no, that's Joe Stipe. Oh, well. There they go. There he is.
I guess they waited for these guys to get a little closer before they want to switch. Yeah, I don't understand how they do the exciting camera view on track, but you see Philip Bridgman now making his scheduled pit stop. But tires, like I said, tires are a big key here. And to answer Ferrando Rongich, yes, he could win, but yet again, strategy. Where does that fall into his hands, and which driver does what on strategy? So that's another thing that you got to look at. So people can beat him on strategy. Some people are a little bit better. It just depends on what these guys do. A lot of these guys race with each other on the console.
There's a good side-by-side battle back there with the 40 and the 6, Brian.
Oh, you see Zachary coming in.
Well, they wear, Shane may be trying to struggle here a little bit on his old tires. It can be somewhat of a struggle to find battle groups or pairs of competitors battling for a position when sometimes the field may be spread out a bit, or it's not your normal size of a field that you're used to seeing, I suppose you could say.
Mm-hmm. You see a lot of these boys stretching it out. You see Hunsaker now pulling her down the pits, along with the 33 and everybody else. That leaves Justin Steves in first. Ernest King. Oh, he's now pitting. So Zachary
But yeah,
just came
Justin
out.
going a bit farther than your ones that have already pitted. Dion didn't really lose or gain anything. He is still in 6th position. But maybe he might get 5th. I think he'll get 5th here whenever... he might get 4th by the time it's over. Ernest is pitting, and then we got to wait on Justin. So he might actually move up 2 position. So my apologies for anyone who I might have hurt there by saying he didn't gain or lose. He
Go hard, get wrecked. Well, that is true too. If these drivers want to push it.
I was gonna say, Brian, especially at a place like Darlington, you go too hard, you will kind of wreck yourself.
You see Justin
at a place
Steve's
like
making
this.
his pits.
I wonder how far he's going to fall off. He had driven his way all the way up to, I believe, 7th place on merit before these pit stops occurred. Be quite interesting to see where he will come out at. Only 8 competitors on the lead lap at the moment. So Johnson moves up into 4th position as predicted. Wilden, he's in a very... Oh, now we got 7. Steves went a lap down by staying out a little bit longer.
Caution.
Oh man, I think we saw a truck sideways.
I do believe so. And I do believe, and that's very unfortunate for this young feller here. As we see here, Will fresh tires. They key that wall and he locked them down. Great job doing that. Correcting. So that's the other thing. You hitting that wall coming off and ba-boom. Yes, go hard, get wrecked. Well, unfortunately, Ernest King will get his lap back. Unfortunately, he is the first one to lap down. Oh, they've been trading a lot of pain out here, that's for sure. What's going on here? We never know. I guess had a hiccup here, but that's alright. I saw that. We're good. But Justin Steves there, actually, no, he won't. He will stay a lap down. Let's see. Let me take a look at it. Sorry. Trying to get... I'd like to get this thing fixed for you guys. There isn't. Sorry. Hold on, 1 second. But anyway.
Well, 17 started this event, and 2 are out, so 15 remain on track. But we got multiple competitors a lap down. I want to say from 8th on back is a lap down.
Yeah.
And you got Wilden and Randy 2 laps down, and I believe Joe is like 3 or 4, somewhere in that ballpark. But
let's see, who can we talk to? I guess we'll go with this feller up here. There you go.
hey, Zach, got a copy?
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey, Zach, got a copy?
What's up, Buck?
Hey, looks like you got a pretty demanding piece tonight. Just trying to stay mistake-free and get another win here tonight, huh, Zach?
Yes, sir. Just trying to keep her off the wall.
How's that truck handling, real quick, if you don't mind to explain it?
The truck is handling pretty good, and as the sun's going down, it's getting better and better. So we'll see. I think they're a little better in 3 and 4, but I make up a lot of time in 1 and 2. So we'll see.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Zach. Looks like you're getting ready to go back green here. Thank you for talking to us.
Yep. Thank you.
As they go down the Bowen backstretch there, coming
Yes,
back
Boeing.
to the green. Yes, you know that very well.
Manufacturer of lots of different airplanes.
I've been on one. Anywho, Rongich will bring them back to green will.
Joe Stipe is only 2 laps down. Well, this fan cam is quite immersive, but, well, I was going to say something along those lines, yes. Great restart for Zachary Rongich in that 21 machine. Gets a good distance there on this opening lap restart.
That's for the fans at home that want to know what it's like sitting in the crowd here. Just like we got to experience Charlotte, you know what I mean?
Yes,
No? Oh, okay.
I said yes.
Oh, all right.
Jacob Carter really looks like he's kind of coming up through the field, if I believe that is him.
Yeah.
Trying to get his lap back the hard way.
Yes, that is Mr. Carter. Riding up on... Whoa. Look at that battle there, Will. A big gaggle of trucks. Until they all separate. Phil's in that mess there and all that.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Brian, can we get out of this camp?
I like it.
Oh, okay, that makes one of us here. I can barely tell, like, whenever they're that far apart, like, from the other side of the track, like, you know, and it's kind of hard to tell who we're looking at. But
This is the chopper. That we're not going to do the honor. The chopper. We're not going to do that. The 787 is very good. No, I didn't. I would have to put more oomph behind it. That just, you know, soft.
yes, Dion is having a really great run here tonight. 60 laps into this race. He is, like I mentioned earlier, he is running his own pace. He's pretty comfortable at Darlington, it looks like here. Has this track jotted down pretty nicely, it looks to be. Had to back out of the throttle though way hard there in 3 and 4, but he's going to get a good run here on Parker. Interesting top 5 to say the least. You got Rongich, Sigston, Baracco, Parker, Johnson, and then Ernest King is the final competitor on the lead lap. Jacob Carter, Nick Rader, Justin Steves, and Brandon Moore rounds out the top 10. But they are all one lap down, along with Philip Bridgman in 11th place. Dion just can't seem to get a good run and get by that 33. 33 making life just a little bit difficult for Johnson there. And I just kind of like how patient everybody a lap down is being behind these two that are on the lead lap, giving them plenty of room to fight over their battle or over their track position. But still, you know, hey, ooh, Dion really twitchy getting into turn 3, possibly bicycling it there, trying to give Nick Rader tons of room on that bottom. Justin Steves looking to try to follow Nick.
Very tight, that is for sure. Oh, that's the wall.
Oh man, just like I mentioned earlier around the top of the show, you know, whenever you got somebody coming by you on the bottom, even though you guys are giving each other plenty of room, it still puts that person on the outside in a very compromising position. And we just saw that there with Dion in the 78 whenever Justin Steves was trying to get around him the best way possible, or the cleanest way possible, but still there was a bit of wall made, or wall contact made. Oh, this might be Dion's perfect chance to get by the 33.
Boy, look at this gaggle of trucks there, Will.
Yeah, ooh. It's a mixture of lap down in this battle for 4th place here. Oh, man, Dion just body slammed the wall there as he was getting a good run around the 33 of Parker. And every time he seems to be getting a good run or a good sniff around that 33 machine, he finds a wall. I mean, it's the same wall, but I mean, anyway. Ernest King now bringing his name up into this fight. It's about to be a 3-way battle for 4th position.
Agree. There we go. You see Brandon Moore creeping up on Rader there. And then we have Randy here hanging out. So Rader,
yes,
Moore,
that is all 4 position right there in front of Randy. Like you said, Nick Rader, Moore, and Steves all battling for 8th position.
Oh, what a run in that turn, huh? And there's his Darlington stripe. Let's say lap 72. We'll do our little segment here, maybe. Boy, they're all beating that wall down coming off of that turn. Well, as that sun starts to fade away,
yeah, the best battle on track, I would have to say, is between Johnson and Parker, and then that scrap with all the lap downness that we just saw. That 33 and 78, they're still duking it out. You got some chewing tobacco and some nice Tennessee bourbon there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not endorsing, chewing tobacco, but just saying what's on the 33 truck is all.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what it is, Longhorn. A lot of people who dip and stuff like that, they would understand. Playoff points do count, so Dion gets a great run off of turns 4.
Yep, turn 4. Old turn 2, but it's not. So.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. Oh, you see the 33 get a little tight or loose. One of the two. You see Dion prying on his wheel there to keep her off the wall. I noticed he's very smooth for that turn.
Yeah, he's been very smooth all night here at Darlington. Like I aforementioned, just seems to have a real good handle on the track, and finally was able to dispose of Parker. Let's see if he can build up a gap over Parker here.
I believe he can.
Let's check in on Moore and Steves and them. Let's check in on them. Where are they at?
Right over here. Well, Moore's by himself, but he's running up on Skyler. That's where Brandon Moore is. Steve's. He's right there. The old 24. 25. Parker's now making his pit stop. And you get this little exciting little deal here.
Yeah, just about everybody that was on the lead lap except for, I believe, Ernest. We should see them hit. Yep, there is your race leader, Rogic. Joe Stipe really tackled the wall there.
See Rogic in the pits making his scheduled pit stop. Which that came back, put Jacob Carter back on the lead lap. You got Rogic, you got King, you got Parker, you got Wheeldon, all in the pits. Oh,
well, if we do the math,
yes, sir.
If we do the math here, so the people, yes, everybody's got one more stop regardless. But it's going to be kind of difficult because unless Rogic gets a caution, I don't think he's going to win this race, Brian.
I don't think so.
I'm not laughing because of that. I'm just laughing because of how this is being played out at the moment, or how it looks to be in my mind. Yeah.
And
literally,
that's why I was telling the fans, I'm like, when it comes down to strategy, these drivers can beat Rogic. He might have the fastest car, but if you can beat the fastest car on strategy, I think, well, and that's a plus.
Oh yeah.
Just off of
no
strategy.
matter how a win's a win. Whether you got it off of fuel mileage or the guy who was dominating made a mistake or whatever happened. I mean, hey. Dale Jr.'s last career win is a rain delayed win, so we gotta live with that forever.
Oh, well,
as far as
talk about that.
Being in the Cup Series, guys.
But anyway, Will, Mr. Dion Johnson here, the leader.
Yep, been a smooth operator all evening so far. Just exactly who stays out. What?
He's going to let Jacob get his lap back. There you go. So now Jacob's back to a lap down.
Exactly who can go longer and who's going to have to make their pit stop sooner than others. Time will only tell. And also the big if it stays green question.
Yes. Johnson still
because
staying
Rongich pitted on lap 77, I believe, or 76.
Mm-hmm.
And
but he now got his lap back.
That would mean that he would be man. Whoa. He would be 12 laps short, right? Somewhere around there. So
this has me wondering. If Jacob passes Justin, well, yeah, so then that'll put Jacob Carter back on the lead lap. Unless he has to go around one more time.
Carter's got to get by Dion again.
There you go, he's back on the lead lap.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Dion pitted. He was in the pits.
Boy, he's in there for a long time. Oh, well, I forgot how long that pit road is.
Yeah, 53-second delta, according to Brandon Moore's pit stop.
At 53 and a half.
Yep, that for Johnson. So,
but
average of 53-second pit road delta time.
But I do believe Johnson will be all right. So as long as he can get out just in time, I think he will be right. Oh, Carter bounced her off the wall. We saw that. In danger of going back a lap down. That is not what he needed.
Okay, so like, oh, man, this is crazy.
I'm telling you, strategy. I tell you, it's going to come down to strategy. That's exactly what it is. We have 3 drivers out due to mechanical failures. Lap down traffic coming into play, Will. That is for sure. So, and I think the track is getting a wee bit cooler. So.
Well, it should be a bit more grippery too. I know that's not a word. There should be a bit more grip out there on the track. A lot of rubber has been laid down in the past 86 laps of rotation. So it's probably not as slick as it was when they first started, but it's still, I would still say it's probably still slick enough on cold tires. But still got to keep that in the back of your mind.
You know what we forgot to do?
What?
Our favorite part of the night. But that's alright, there's too much action going on.
Well, Rongich is just a couple of car lengths right there.
There
he is, bam, with his fresh tires. Oh, but he got stuck behind the 16 of Joe Stipe.
And there's the caution's out, Will. The caution.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, isn't it?
Man. This is still
oof. I don't like the looks at this. Oh man. Oh god. Well, I don't know if you're ready for this, but let's rewind it a little bit. Alright, we'll play. So 6 going into whatever turn this is. I think 1 and 2. 6 there. The 23 is got into the quarter.
That's 3 and 4.
Check up and
that was 3 and 4.
Oh,
Yep, that's on the front stretch.
those boys had... He towed back, so he didn't put anybody a lap down. Great deed, great deed. Awesome, I like to see it. Because now if we go back and ride on Mr.
Wow, look,
Radar...
a Freightliner.
Yes.
Raider.
Well, I didn't go back far enough.
You did not, Mr. Producer, man.
Yeah, so you see, Raider was already carrying the speed in the turns 3 and 4. He lifts a little early, lets it roll, he cracks the throttle, comes in, and too much, just gets in the back of the 6, and bada boom.
Yep.
It happens,
Around.
there's just nothing, you know, nothing you can do. You're right on board with Phil, so we're coming in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Phil couldn't slow up in time. Last minute decision. Unfortunately,
Oh,
the
well,
victim
yeah,
of
there
that.
was. Yeah, there was quite nowhere for him to go in that split-second reaction there. He was so close to Raider that whenever Raider made the contact with the 6, Shane just... Oh, now Shane is out of the race. Oh, that, man.
Playout
4
drivers
competitors
out. Yeah.
of the race.
Let's see. Do we have... Who did we talk to? Oh, there ain't too many of them left, that's for sure.
Maybe one day we could talk to Dion.
Yeah. One day. Oh well. Ain't too many out there. We don't like to bother people when they're pitting just yet. So Carter got the wave around. You know what? Maybe talk to Sixton. There you go. Talk to Skylar. Hello.
What up?
How are you, sir?
Enjoying my Tuesday night. Fun.
Well, you're doing really well. You got up here towards the front. You're coming on 25 to go. The question is, do you have enough fuel, or were you going to have to stop one more time?
Oh, I should be good to go. Other than that, just run it. Keep rolling it in my back rear view mirror. And the Bronco is looking pretty good too, so just gotta run my line and just run my race. Enjoy it.
Yes, sir. I see you got a wool handle of that truck, so that's always a good thing to see. Well, you got anything for Skylar before we ship him back off?
Uh-uh.
Well, all right, sir. You enjoy the rest of your race. I do see you're coming back quick, so good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Got me mid-drink there.
You're right. So 25 to go. Sixton, Durango, Rongich, Parker.
Oh, man. Now we got 9 competitors back on the lead lap. Some of them still have yet to, it looks like, maybe get fully caught up here. Maybe everybody is, I believe, now. Yes, maybe. Nick Rader. Oh, yeah, he was caught up in that crash. Duh.
You see Sixton trying to hold off the 21. Rongich been fast all night. Skylar just needs to hit his marks, and that's that. Philip Richmond's still in the pits. Oof. Very unfortunate. Anywho.
Yeah, he probably already used one of his quick fixes whenever he knocked the wall down earlier.
No, that's right, yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's not what you need to do, Marley. Because now that's
Things
just...
went south for Philip Bridgman, and things are starting to go a bit south for Skylar Sigston. But look at that momentum. He is just reeling around on that high side. Wow. He left a window of opportunity open down the front stretch. Got to be careful here not to hit that turn 2 wall again.
He's getting close to it. That's for sure. Caution is out. Oof. Oh, Joe. Oh, Raider will end up going into the wall.
It's like Raider got into the... Oh. Don't know if there was contact between him and Brandon Moore or what transpired there. Might need to get an onboard look or something of Joe. Oh! Almost saw a blowover at Darlington.
Yeah.
Visit Myrtle Beach when there's not even a racetrack to watch racing at. No more. Yes, visit Myrtle Beach.
I want to see what happened with these two. Alright, so we see here. What? No, I think Raider gave it to him.
Well, turn 1 is such an awkward turn going into to be side by side with somebody, and then go back a little bit further. All right. Yeah, I just think Nick was trying to make sure he was giving Brandon enough space, and that's why he was a bit slow or off pace whenever Joe got to him. Yeah. And that's what all happened there, it looked like.
Yes, Selner, just in time for the finish here. 20 to go. Yes, Devil's Reject. That little hey, how you doing? That is true. Come on. Oh. So Phil blew a motor. He had 28 minutes of required repairs. So I do believe his vehicle,
his evening is done.
Yes. Unfortunate for Phil, he was running good. I hate to see that man out. Well, this is end up being a little small field here. Huh. A lot of them are down in the pitch too. So
sometimes that just happens that way here at Darlington.
Well, they now officially hit under the lights. You see the lights are on.
Yeah, they've been on for quite some time now.
You sure?
Yep.
No, I don't think that's right.
They come on whenever the sun starts to go down.
Have you played iRacing before? I'm just busting. I'm just busting. No, sir, we don't talk like that in the booth. Yes! Bubbles moment, Phil. Yes, you had a bubbles moment. It's okay, Phil. It's alright. We were pulling for you. I actually picked you to win, but you know what happens. I let you down again. So.
You did not!
I say, yeah, watch out for Phil Bridgman. I think he can get up to the front. Yes, I did. And win the race. That was my pick.
You said watch out for him. You know, he was fast in SRU. You didn't say he might win.
Pick to be up there for contention.
Oh, okay. I'll just let you have your victory.
And I don't remember who else I picked. Except Phil and somebody else. I don't know. But that's alright. We don't care.
Said Brandon Moore.
Oh, well, I saw how well that's going.
Oh, hey,
Anyway.
right now he's in 6th place.
He'll get
He's
wrecked.
made up a lot of... Wow!
The scholar needs to
Well.
be consistent with his restart here. Yes. Wrong, it's try to jump it. You can't do it. You get black flag, my friend. That was close.
Man, that was a sneaky restart by the 57. 21
Yes, sir.
gets right up on his back door, trying to look for a way
is not what he
around.
needed.
Oh man! Skyler went to go try to get some popcorn. He saw a popcorn booth that looked really juicy, and that was basically the end of his good run, I do suspect, unless he can hang on the coattails of Rongich. That 04, though, might be closing in and might be bringing Brandon Moore along with him.
16 to go. Ernest King coming to take that P5.
Jacob Carter finally back on the lead lap and challenging for a 5th place as well. He is along with Dion, right behind Dion. Now look, oh! Ernest and Dion made some fender-to-fender contact, but they kept it straight. Jacob just pulled a slide job on Ernest.
Got it to stick though, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. As Jacob is wheeling and dealing his way up towards the 5th position. Right on the back door now of Parker. And battle for 2nd is heating up as well, as Brandon Moore has ran down the 04. Skyler Sigston with those old heat cycled tires, really no match for what transpired after he got into the wall. But
I do believe there
Klondike.
probably will be another caution, I do believe. Oh, the 04 hit the wall too. That is not what you want to do.
Yep. Just dragging that wall.
Oh, I guess maybe my pick will come true. No, it won't. No, it won't. Yes, inside that corn dike there, the 38.
Okay, don't. No. Anyway, yes, Brandon Moore in the 38 machine. Making it look nice under the lights here at Darlington, but I don't think he has the pace, unfortunately, to run down Rongich. 12 laps to go here. Just this race has gone the way that Rongich kind of needed it to go. If we wasn't going to have that one caution that occurred in the midst of all that daring strategy that was being pulled off by so many different competitors, this race would look completely different.
I agree. Ten to go. Brandon Moore is slowly closing in, but I do not think it's enough time to get there. That's for sure. But it's Rongich, Moore, Duranko, Sigston, Parker, Carter. And, well, as you see there, Carter is now closing into the back of that 33 machine. Just like that.
Yep. I think Carter might be able to run down Sigston. before this race is over.
I believe so. Well, also remember again, 610 and Durango now has some heavy right side damage, so remember that would also play a factor into this mess. But I'm interested to see if Brandon Moore can actually run down Longy. Moore does have a little bit more fresher tires than Zach, but I don't know, 8 laps. I mean, he's slowly closing that gap a little bit, as you see there. Just like that. We're getting ready to go back up to the front. Right
yeah,
here.
maybe possibly Rongich found a wall. How much you want to bet he found a wall?
I would probably say that.
Okay, sir, that's not confirming or denying that you would bet that he found a wall. Well, Carter got by Sixton. He dropped like a rock, so moved Carter up into P4. Brandon Moore now right at the back door of Zachary Rongich, coming to 6 laps to go here at Darlington in the BNR Truck Series 157, presented by TrackCams22.com. Yes, this is your front 2 that qualified 1-2 to start this race, and it's going to come down to them. And
yes, he did hit the wall because he's got some right side damage.
Yes, he does. That is a lot of right side damage. Holy cow. So, Ron has really needed... Well, I mean, it's to be expected at this place. Just depending on how hard you wham the wall when you do hit it. 5 laps to go. And, man,
oof, look at that closing
Brandon
speed.
Moore. Brandon Moore able to really drive it in there a lot deeper than Rongich, giving Rongich a nice bump saying, hey, I'm here. 2 silver trucks battling it out under the lights. It's a slob fest here. It is a doozy between the 2. Coming onto the backstretch. Brandon Moore really now trying to find every window of opportunity. Yes, he does. He is really able to.
I would hate to see the end of this race if that's Brandon Moore can actually get that to stick.
Oh man, well he's got 3 more chances.
He needs to hit his marks and be consistent here. That's
if
what
only Brandon loses about a 10th or 2 through 1 and 2, but he gains it all back on that entry to turn 3. Oh, Zach almost, not quite, but I was going to say almost got in the wall on the exit of turn 4.
Boy,
as there is a dogfight further back for position. Johnson and Parker are having a slugfest as well. Oh, Brandon Moore, I think, might have rubbed the wall just a little bit. He's going to lose a lot of momentum, but maybe he can gather it all back right here. This is coming to white flag, 1 to go here at Darlington. Zachary Rongich has had the dominating piece all night. Most consistent truck until about just a few laps ago, where he knocked down the wall pretty hard, and that allowed Brandon Moore to close in on him right here. And Brandon Moore, he's more such of a gentleman type of driver, but
there it is.
Yes, he gets alongside. Oh man, he really used him up. He used him up a lot. No other words to say it, but used him up big time. Brandon Moore really doing what he had to do. That's just part of it. I mean, you can't really put yourself in the situation of letting somebody be there close enough at the end to allow that to occur.
We are only going to talk to P3. Unfortunately, the first top 2 are a little heated at each other, so Whenever Alan gets in, we'll talk to Alan. But Will, here is our results.
Yes, very similar to the BNR Xfinity Series race at Charlotte. Things lost temper there, I suppose you could say. But great run for Allen. Jacob Carter able to come back and finish P4. Skylar Sigston, he kind of had an up and down night like a bobblehead, but he was able to walk away with a top 5 finish. And Dion Johnson, don't really get to see him up inside the top 10, top 5, but my goodness, we saw him up there a lot tonight at Darlington. Must be a really excellent track for him because he was really showing it tonight. Really upset as a fan or as a viewer watching along with everyone else that he was not able to finish inside the top 5. I feel like he had at least a 5th place truck, but as you can see, there was just other competitors that were just a bit quicker in front of him. But he had a good battle there with Cody Parker coming towards the finish, so at least he could say that him and Cody was able to duke it out. We had a lot of competitors get caught up in some shenanigans or just...
I mean, we could talk to Jacob because he did fight back from being 2 laps down.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, well, go ahead and bring Jacob in. You better watch it before anything. Mr. Carter!
Hey!
How are you, buddy?
So, Jacob,
What's up?
did you have a good view of what happened there on the final lap, or no?
I did not. I had to go back and watch
Okay, that's
it.
upsetting. We'll not talk about it anymore then. So,
Alright.
So you were 2 laps down at one point this race. You and AJ in the 5, you were trying to get a run on him, and you thought it would be a good idea to get really close to him in side draft. Then we had some net code ensue, and that's never good. And then you just had to struggle to claw and fight back after that. You seem to have a really quick truck, though, to come home P4. Talk about that, Jacob. Just talk about your race.
Yeah, we had a clean race all night, except for when Netco got in. That's why I figured what happened, because on my screen it wasn't that close. And then after I got into him, it was just like I couldn't get off of him. So we just went into the inside wall. Then the admins were having trouble trying to throw the caution. I said, just forget it. And then Philip couldn't hear us, and he threw the caution. So we had a caution. So tough racing for everybody. Yeah, we was 2 laps down, and then I didn't take enough fuel to finish that last run, and then a caution came out. So that saved us in the long run. And I finally got the lucky dog, and we came back in, fixed all our damage, got it all clean. Then I smacked the wall with 2 laps to go, and I couldn't run down Allen. So
That's what we thought would happen, because you were running quick, but as you know, Darlington's always...
Where are we at next week, Brian?
We go to... Bum, bum, bum.
that is on
right.
the track.
That's a great track, isn't it? Indy.
Indianapolis. Wow,
Not the-
that'll be exciting.
The oval.
Wait,
not the Oakland.
like
Oh,
the
okay.
like the short track or the
We're going to
Okay,
the
okay.
rectangle.
Wow. Anyway, so that'll be an intriguing race. I would suspect similar to Auto Club earlier in the year, except not as bumpy, possibly like very aero dependent. I would suspect. How would you figure some type of game plan or strategy going into that race, Jacob?
At this point, like we're all racing for playoffs, so anything goes at this point. We're trying to do our best to
Yeah, I
get
think
into the
we
next
just saw
round.
that.
Yeah. I think you just did. And
Which, I mean, it's
It's gonna
in a
happen.
way it's racing.
Exactly. You do
Well-
know what BNR stands for, right?
bump and
Yes,
grind.
yes. Oh my
Oh,
goodness, he said it.
okay.
Bump
That-
and grind.
Anyway,
That's right.
Jacob, got any shout outs or anything else you'd like to add about tonight's festivities?
shout outs to
Bro,
Josh
bro.
and them calling the
Oh.
shots, and shout out to y'all
Oh,
for
very
coming
good.
in here and putting up with our bull crap. And
Bruh.
Thank you for your substitution. No, that's good. Very good. Go ahead.
wow.
Well, it's better than what it could have been, yes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Go ahead and continue.
No, I'll get kicked out for that next part. Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
I want to
You
thank
don't
my
want to thank
beautiful
your wife for... Oh, there you go.
Hey, oh, you did it. And yeah, shout out to Zach and Brandon and all them that showed us a good race and hard. I would say hard, clean racing, but some would disagree. But other than that,
I mean, you
And-
were on the other end. Well, you were on the sending end of something similar to this earlier in the year at Charlotte. So I mean, some people, whenever they're either desperate or they feel like they are capable or right there, hey, that's kind of the last resort method or option. And
look, I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm not saying nothing.
Clint Boyer,
the way
I said Brandon. What would Jacob do?
well, see,
I
here's
said-
the thing.
That's all I said.
That move looked like the of Martin Truex and Chase Elliott when
When he was trying to get
Martin's crew chief told him, if you think it'll stick, go ahead and do it. That's what it looked like in my eyes. Unfortunately, last lap, that's racing. That's you know, that's what it's going to be. A lot of people burnt bridges early on, but we won't go that far.
Well, the top line is really fast around here, so I think what Brendan was trying to do was get on his quarter and get him to slow down so he didn't get to run off, and then him get him on the long run. But I didn't play that key. Netcode had a little key in that too, because he didn't bump him as hard as it looked, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
well, anyway, Jacob, good job, buddy. We got quite a hefty few people in the waiting room here, so I always like to get other opinions here. P4, solid night. Well, you did have a good points going into round one, so nothing to worry about there. We were giving Brandon and Zach a little cool down time, which is what we're still going to do, so we'll go ahead and talk to the next guy. And
let me tell you something.
Oh.
This is playoffs.
Okay.
Let them come in. Let them come in. Because there's going to be emotions like Kyle Busch up in here. It won't matter one bit. But you got to tell them, you got to let them know when to stop.
Yes. Well, that's normally when we right-click on their name and move them.
That's right. So if something gets out of the way, just boop, boop. Well, that's it, you know. So let them come in here, let them say their piece, and let them go out.
Yes, sir. Well, all right, bud. I'm going to put you down there to supervise and everything else. Good job, P4. Always good. So hopefully see you back next week. Talk to Mr. Dion. Mr. Dion, you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Hey,
Yeah, good, thanks. How about yourself?
pretty good, pretty good. Do you have a lot of laps at Darlington? Is it just a really fun track for you or something?
That was my first race there. I've just done some practicing the last few days. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky track, but it was a fun track.
Wow. Okay. So I was just noticing that it seemed like you were way better at Darlington than a couple of others that I have seen you at, and just I was just excited or just in awe of your performance tonight, Dion, and very, very glad you almost had a top 5. Do you want to tell us about your race?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I enjoy tracks like that and Gateway. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I hit the wall there a couple of times, which it's cost me a few spots. But yeah, I was aiming for a top 8, so yeah, I was glad to finish the race.
Oh, okay. You still got your goal. That's
yes,
good.
You did. And it's always good to set goals like that because it helps you get better at certain tracks, especially like me. I struggle at road courses. and every now and then a short track. So I try to set my goal for the knot. Like, okay, my objective is to finish top 10, top 12. That's where I said it. But it's like I was telling Will here. I'm like, Dion just has a smooth will, and he's hitting those arcs the way that it's supposed to be hit. And I mean, you were picking them off one by one. That's for sure. Well, Dion, why don't you go ahead and give us an overall of the performance of the race tonight and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was just trying to save tires as much as possible, and yeah, just hit those lines as smoothly as I could, and it's a hard track to pass on, but if you're able to keep your patience, you can work your way up the track. So yeah, well, it was fun.
There you go.
Now, are you a big racing enthusiast, Dion?
No, not really. I just sort of got into some racing through lockdown. I was watching some YouTube videos and thought, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I got a setup and just started from there.
So, okay, so you've never watched V8 supercars or like nothing like that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And,
okay.
Yeah, in New Zealand. So yeah, the Australian V8s. Watch those quite a bit. Don't get to see much NASCAR over here, but definitely interested in it and enjoy it.
Okay, there you go. Well, next week is man, we just said it.
Indy.
Yes, Indianapolis. How do you feel about that, Dion?
Not sure, to tell you the truth. I haven't done that track yet, so I have to get in some practice.
Oh boy. Well, it's a big 2.5 flat oval that's basically shaped like a rectangle. It's a big box. It'll be probably not as tricky as Darlington, but still pretty tricky. I would have to assume. Mm-hmm. But good to finally talk to you, Dion. I've been kind of wanting to talk to you for the longest time, just to kind of get to know you a little bit more, and glad that we finally got to make an acquaintance.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, it's good to catch up and have a chat. Thanks.
Yes, sir, and good points tonight for you in the playoffs. I do see P6, so that's always a positive thing in the first round, because I know Darlington can be a little tricky. It might be a little tricky next week, and then after that, unfortunately, after Indy, then you all go to the Glen, and then the Glen is the cutoff round, so we'll see how well that goes and all that other good stuff. But excellent run tonight, Mr. Johnson. Any shout-outs or anything you want to give?
Yeah, just BNR for putting on the league, and you guys for broadcasting it. It's a great league to be part of.
Right on. We appreciate it. Will, anything else from Mr. Dion?
Well, best of luck to you next week going into Indy.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to the next 2 weeks and see how that pans out.
Yes, sir. Well, you have yourself, I do believe it is a good morning or afternoon. I'm very bad with time zone. Afternoon. Okay. But good luck, and we're looking forward to chit-chat with you next week, and hopefully a couple more times before the Final Four.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
No problem, sir. You have yourself a good afternoon.
You too.
Well, there you go. We were able to talk to him. All right, now we'll talk to our P3. Oh, nope. Alan had left and dissipated, so he's not here, so I guess we'll go ahead and talk to P2. Oh, boy. I don't even think I want to do this. That's all right. Why not? I'll let you ask the questions here.
Yeah.
Zach.
What's up?
Hey, Zach. So, unfortunately, what happened. So you kind of broke down the wall about 8 laps to go, right? That's how Brandon was able to get to you. You finally kind of made a crucial mistake, unfortunately, and he reeled you in pretty quick, and he was trying every which way to get by you, and then on the final lap, transpired. But let's talk about before that. So I believe lap 76 or 77, you came in and pitted, and there was a whole list of strategies going on, Zach. Did you think if it was to stay green that pretty much everybody was going to have to pit again if it was to stay green, but did you think that you were going to be able to win it if it stayed green from all the different strategy that was playing off?
Well, I was leading, and I was probably at a 5 second lead or whatever, and was riding, and I pitted. And when I came out, the car stepped out from me, and I don't know. I really wasn't on the gas like that. I don't know. It just spun. I didn't hit nothing, so I kept going. I lost a bunch of ground, but I gained it. And I was on Allen's bumper and about to pass him. Caution comes out. So I'm like, all right, everything's squared away. I think at that moment, I don't remember. I think we pitted, came out third. And then it was me and Skyler, and that was I was confident to get around him. I was just trying to be methodical about it, and yeah, eventually get around him. Everything's good. And what happened there when I got in the wall towards the end was I was just focusing. I was pushing the car as hard. I was pulling away from him a little bit, and my teammates were just talking, and I don't blame them. I mean, they're not having the best day. They're venting to each other. It is what it is. It's just in that moment of time, I needed to focus, and he's there. I gotta go. I can't make mistakes, and it just was hard. Hard for me to focus. So I lost focus for a split second and tagged the wall there. And then he gained it all back, and then I was just racing my butt off to stay in front of him. I was better in 1 and 2, and in 3 and 4, I was kind of underdriving it, really, all race. I don't know what it was, just underdrove it. And yeah.
I'm sorry, Zach. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Next week is Indianapolis. What's the hopes going into Indy?
Well, my hopes is I'm gonna be the only damn one to finish that race.
Well,
sorry, dang.
Oh, it's all good. Want to give anything else you'd like to add about tonight's race, or maybe give some shout-outs there, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to RKR and everybody, and to you guys, and yeah, it's gonna be just watch out.
Well, best of luck to you going forward there, Zach.
Yep, thank you.
All right, now we'll talk to our race winner. Mr. Brandon. Hello.
What's up, God?
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Brandon. So you were just capitalizing pretty much on the mistake that Zach made about 8 or so laps prior to the checkered flag. He had pounded the wall at some point, and you were able to run him down, and you were really quicker on the entry to turn 3. He was beating you on the exit of 2, but you were able to just drive it in so much deeper in turn 3, and on the final lap you finally made the move. Bit controversial, but still nevertheless the move to win the race for you. Brandon, you want to talk us about it?
Yeah, we ran him down there, and I felt like the car was quicker. As far as the final corner goes, I meant to drive it pretty deep, make it close, but never meant for that kind of contact. When I went back and reviewed it, it looked like such a gradual bit of contact, but it kind of shot him up. So I don't know. It just it's a bad situation. I don't want winds that way. It's not how I want to get it.
Well, Brandon, nevertheless, you are the victor tonight, and congratulations indeed. Next week is Indianapolis. What are your thoughts going into Indy, Brandon?
Is it road course or oval?
It's oval, I do believe.
It's been a long time since I raced Indy Oval. We'll have to get some practice laps in there to get some good thoughts on there, but should be a pretty close-knit race. Just gotta make sure you're getting some good corner exits there, because you could lose a lot of time down the back or the front. You gotta get some good runs off there. But yeah, it's about all I got for Indy. I hadn't driven there in a while.
Right.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add, or maybe give some more about your race tonight? I know you
The
started
race went
P2.
okay. Yeah, we were fast. We got a little damage there on a restart, trying to hang on the outside, and then cost herself a bunch of time on a pit road mistake. Missed the commitment cone, and fought back, and got the lap back, fixed the damage, and drove it back up there. So it's a good car. Definitely want to throw out an apology on the stream to Mr. Zach there for rubbing him up a little bit there on the last lap. But as far as shout-outs go, just want to thank you and Brian for doing a fantastic job as always. Thank all the viewers who come out here and watch this put on a show for them. I hope they got a good show out of that. And
we were jumping midway through, that's for sure.
It was probably pretty entertaining to watch on the spectator side of things, and it's pretty exciting inside the car too. Pretty close knit racing, but everybody did a good job. But hopefully we can carry some momentum into the playoffs, and then hopefully not make any mistakes like that.
Yeah. Well, that win had moved you on to round 2, so congratulations. And like you said, unfortunately, that's not the way you want to take it. But you can't redo it. It's unfortunately what it is. I know that's why we gave you guys a little bit of cool down period before talking to you. That's why we pulled others in. But congratulations on the win. Unfortunately, you backed out before I can get a picture of your car, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. So
that's all right.
That's that. Will, you got anything else for Brandon before we send him on his way?
I pretty much answered everything we did ask him. So.
Alrighty, fellers. Well, pleasure as always.
Yeah.
And
look, and he finally got a win.
Yeah, but
unfortunately, not the way you wanted.
Yeah, I don't like being raced that way, and I know Zach don't. And as much as he probably still believes that it was an intentional bump up, it was not. It was meant to be tight, but it just got just a hair bit too tight.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Like you said, you can't relive or give it back. So we'll just have to try to give Zach a little extra room and maybe help him out, if we get an opportunity.
There you go. Well, sir, it was nice talking to you. You have yourself a good one, and we'll see you Thursday.
All right. You all have a good night. Appreciate you as always.
Too. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, you know what to do now.
Well, for myself and Brian, we would like to thank everybody for coming out, tuning in. Pretty exciting, intriguing, interesting race at Darlington for the BNR Truck Series. Next time we'll be live again. Will be Thursday for the BNR Xfinity Series, so be sure to tune in and check out for that. But in the meantime, hopefully everybody has a good night and a good rest of their day.